والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. Good evening, my listeners, my viewers, and my subscribers. On our today platform, on this video clip, we are going to be journeying through physics, and the journey that we are going to actually board through is electric field. That's one. Electric field intensity. That is two. And electric potential. That is three. These are the key points we want to take note in this today. And what are the likely questions that those preparing for JAMB, preparing for WAEC, they will ask what and what. So let's quickly see the formulas, the definitions, and some calculation under each of these parameters listed. Are we in together? So don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share. Now, firstly, know that all these three parameters are from what? Are from topic we call it feed. Feed is what generates all these parameters. When we say feed, I know what will actually come to your mind is that maybe a football feed, right? Now, it's also there. A football feed happens to be one of it. And actually, when we say feed in physics, we can say a football feed. We can even say a grass feed. A place where there is growing of grass. Grass do grow there. There is intake of water. There is, absorbance of oxygen. We call that particular place, we call it a grass feed altogether. Now, this feed, when we say feed in physics, we are actually saying a region where different force is being felt and also experienced. A region where different force is being felt and experienced. Let me quickly relate it to a football feed. A football feed actually is a feed where they do what there? The event of pass, play. Now, is a particular. When we say feed, let's firstly leave this. You can see the suffix that ends this one is also what? Feed. Electric feed. What of this one? The suffix that also ends this one is also what? Electric field intensity. The same thing, electric potential. All these things are generated from feed. Then what is actually feed? If they ask you, that JAMB can ask you that dash is a region or a space where if an event is being felt, where an event is being happen. When we say felt, we mean where an event is being taking place, where an action is being performed. That's what we mean by felt in physics. Felt or experienced. You can use it, is synonymous word with one another. It is being experienced. Where an action is being performed, we call that particular place, we call it what? Feed in physics. So a place where they play football is known as feed, because what action are they doing there? They are passing ball from one angle to another. So we call it that. Where in a mosque, where they perform prayer, we call it what? An Islamic feed. Where they do what? They do takbir, Allahu Akbar, they perform prayer there, we call it what? And we call it what? An Islamic feed. A place as well where they do an occasion like naming ceremony, like wedding. We call it what? We call it an occasional feed. The same thing applicable. A place when they perform church. When they do these Christian peoples, when they perform their something, Sunday service, Monday, we call it what? We call it a what? Another place of worship. We call it a religion as what? Feed to them. There. Are we together? So that is that under that. So since we have known, now let's try and relate everything together. A feed is a region where an event, where a particular action is being performed, is being felt or experienced. Are we into that? That is that under that. Now let's go to, we have different types of feed. We have electric feed. I'm doing the recap. We have magnetic feed. We have gravitational feed. But actually what we are going to be treating today, it is an electric feed. So when I'm actually dividing electric field, you know what should come to your mind? We are saying something on electricity, electric current. So a region where the effect of electricity is being felt, is being experienced, is what we know as what? Electric field. How together? Now we also have, since we have known the definition of what? Electric field. That is a region where the transmission, the generation, the distribution of electricity is being felt, is being performed. That particular region, we call it what? Electric field. Now the diagrammatic representation of this electric field is that, when we said electric, what should come? We have plus and we also have what? Minus. Are we? Now, if we have plus and if we have minus, so in exam now, our JAMB might bring a diagram and they will say, classify this diagram into what field? WAEC can also do that. Classify this diagram into what? Into what field? What should actually comes to your mind is that if you see this diagram that I want to draw, know that, don't even think of anything. Know that it is what? Electric field. They will now put A, electric field, B, magnetic field, C, gravitational field. Hope I'm communicating. These are the forms of field. So if they ask you, we have defined what a field is. We have picked electric field. I've explained what an electric field is. Now we are going to diagrammatic illustration of what? An electric field. Are we together? So when we say plus and minus, we are simply saying the attraction of plus and minus, the coming together of them is what generates this electric field. Are we together? That means we have what we know as law of attraction. When we have law of what? Law of repulsion. Repel in physics. When we say law of attraction, we mean like charges. They do what? They attract one another. Unlike charges attract one another. Why what? Like charges repel one another. Plus and plus, they repel one another. That means they didn't come together. They were against one another. Why plus and minus do what? They comes together. The same thing. So if you are doing this, you have to, electric field plus and minus will be coming together. What would that be? You can do like this. So if they are coming, that is the direction. This now, the same thing. This, the direction. This is a diagrammatic illustration. You can join another one, direction. You can do this one, direction, like this, direction, like this. So the coming together, what they are actually doing now, plus to minus, minus to plus, is a diagrammatic representation of what? Of an what? Electric field. Are we together? So the same thing, if I'm actually having minus here now, and if I'm actually having plus here, what do? They repel one another, meaning they will never meet. This is positive pole, this is what? Negative pole. Negative can never meet negative. So they do what? They repel. They repel. They repel. The way this one are attracting, plus is attracting minus. Here, minus to minus, they will never attract one another. They do what? They repel. So the same thing, they do what? They repel. So this one also what? Repel. They will never join together, they repel. The same thing applicable to this, they repel. This also repel. That means they go to the opposite direction. This also they repel. So now this thing that you see, if JAMB draw this, or if the WAEC draw this, they will now put A. What this illustration is for what type of field? A, electric field. B, magnetic field. C, gravitational. What should actually comes to your mind? It is this particular diagram is what? Is an electric what? Electric field. How we? At times they will skip this one. They will skip this one. They won't put it. They will skip this. They will skip this one as well. So they will just do like this. It's also represented as an what? Electric what? Electric field. Haven't get that? Know that. Let's quickly go to electric what? Electric field intensity. Are we? Let's quickly see what is what? Electric field what? Intensity. Are we into that? For those people jotting, let's quickly define what is an electric field intensity under this electric field. Should we go on? An electric field intensity, this could be defined, this could be what? Could be defined, this could be defined as the strength of an electric field. The strength of what? Of an electric field. That is the first definition. The strength of what? Of an electric field. That means the strength that this particular electric field undergo, the force in it, the building block of this is what we know as electric field intensity. So the strength for this to occur is what we call electric field intensity. Are we? It can also be referred to as, that is one definition. It can also be referred to as the ratio of force, as the ratio of the force, or as the ratio of the quantity of force, anyhow you want to put it, as the ratio of the what? Of the quantity of force, are we together? To its electric charge. To its electric what? Electric charge. Are we together? That is another definition. To its what? Electric charge. So JAMB or WAEC could now ask you now, based on this definition, they will ask you, dash, or the strength of an electric field is dash. The strength of an electric field is dash. A, electric field intensity. B, electric field. C, electric potential. D, electromotive force, and so on and so forth. What should come to your mind? Then what is the correct options there? Electric field intensity. Once you see strength there, so the ability of this to occur, of this diagram, of this particular experiment to occur, is what we know as electric field intensity.